Hello, my name's Amber Mosier, and I'm the facilitator for Library Media Services. You may have heard about an exciting opportunity that your students are being offered through a partnership with the Knox County Public Library System, and I'm going to talk for just a few minutes on kind of the background of that partnership and how your school can participate and benefit your students. Last year, we started working with the public library system to get elementary school students and community schools registered for a KCPL library card, and this was in service to the mayor's big summer reading push. And so KCPL agreed to let us register students through our schools rather than students having to rely on their parents to take them into their local branch. So this provided lots and lots of students who had not had the opportunity before to receive a library card. The library card is a full access card, which means they are able to use their cards for print materials at any branch, and they're also able to use their cards for any of the digital resources that KCPL offers. That includes any databases, ebooks, tumble books, or any of the other things you find on their site. They'll simply have to log in using their card number and they'll have instant access. So this is a really, really great opportunity for our kids. So how your school will participate is pretty simple. We will be sending out a packet of information to you very soon. It will arrive in a large envelope like this. Inside, you will find an instruction sheet that looks like this. You'll find a group of opt-out forms, and more about that in just a moment. And you'll find a card with my contact information in case you have additional questions that aren't answered on the instruction sheet. The opt-out form is the approach we're taking to this partnership. We wanted to provide the easiest path for students to get signed up for the card. So the opt-out form looks like this. And basically it asks families how they would like to respond to this offer. And there are three choices. They can do nothing, and by doing nothing, which I mean by that not returning the form, they will automatically be accepting the card for their student. They can indicate that their child already has a card, so they would simply check that box, they'll sign at the bottom, and then return that form to school. Or they can decline the card for various reasons. Some families don't want a card for their students, so they can choose to simply opt out. They'll fill out the bottom of the form and return the form to school. Any forms that are returned to school are considered students who will not be participating in this card enrollment. Those students will need to be marked in Aspen. There are two new fields sitting on these student profile pages. They look like this. The top one will say on your end, it'll have a checkbox there. If a student's family opts out, you will simply check the box. Mine has an N on it because I don't have editing privileges in Aspen, so I don't have a box to check, but you will at your school. Students who have their boxes checked because they've returned their forms, they will have a Y there on my end, and that will tell me not to pull their data to send to the public library. Beneath that top box, there is a field that says KCPL year. And this is where we, on our end, will in bulk enter this year's date for any student who was given the opportunity to enroll this year. That way, when students change schools, either through a mid-year transfer or aging up to middle school and high school, those schools will be able to see who has already had the opportunity to receive a card, and we won't be duplicating any efforts when we offer cards in middle schools and high schools and to schools as we roll through this enrollment process throughout the year. So, what do you need to know right now? Number one is be on the lookout for this envelope coming your way that has those three items in it that I described at the beginning of this video. The instruction sheet, the opt-out forms, and my contact information should you need it. Once that arrives, please distribute the forms to all students by the 5th of the month. That way, you'll give families plenty of time to respond and return their forms, if necessary, by the 25th of the month. By the 25th, please have all student records marked in Aspen for those who have opted out. Remember, if someone does not return a form, they've automatically opted in, and you do not need to mark anything on the Aspen record for those students. By the 30th of the month, we will pull the data and transfer it to KCPL, where they will begin entering those student accounts. We're doing thousands of these at a time. We're doing feeder patterns so that brothers and sisters can receive their cards at roughly the same time. If we can keep to our timeline, we'll be giving KCPL the widest window in which they can get all those thousands of kids entered. When your cards are ready, they will be delivered to your school along with some promotional materials that you guys can hang up, pass out, however you want to handle that. But we want to make sure that students are excited about this opportunity and that staff and parents know how they can get online and go to branches so that they can really benefit from this program. Your school librarian will be the person that I will be contacting periodically to make sure they don't need anything, to make sure that the process is being understood carefully. So if you have questions or if you need to clarify something about this process, please be sure to reach out to your librarian. Thank you so much for participating in this process, and we hope that this is going to help our students read more, and more. Thanks.